Hey y'all, this is TCA Gaming, and in this video we're going to go over a few things. I got something back from Dan. I got a few PSA returns as well. So here's Mr. Dan. I sent him some of these, and he sent them back, so I did just throw them up on eBay. Got some black triangle packs, some of the old light first edition challenge or very likely light gym challenge packs, some jungle packs, and then I still have yet to sell the base long hanger packs. I'm waiting for PSA to be able to grade these things, because let me just show you. Gosh, I mean, they're just so clean. It's like, man, I want to grade these, but like if there were ever base set packs that I feel like had a good shot out of 10, it was pretty much all of these, and I've been keeping them in these top loaders that I kind of cut into smaller ones so that I could send them off to PSA. But if you guys recall, they wouldn't grade them because they were actually like too long, and before they used to like fold that little tip down, or I mean they used to fold the whole pack underneath, and then when they changed it to the different style, which actually looks like this, they started crimping them there, but it's actually a little bit longer than all that, and so they did fold the little piece of it around the back, but now they don't fold them at all. It's just too long, and they send them back. Well, at least they did with that one submission that I sent to them, and then when I questioned them about it, that's the reason that they gave me. So as far as I know, that they will still not grade those, but I wish they would, because they're in really nice shape. But those are up on my eBay now if you're looking for some light packs. Now this right here is not a part of a PSA submission, but it did come in on consignment, and I am selling it. I thought I'd show it for Team Rocket, since we got the Rocket set releasing. But if you guys watched my short recently with the crazy damaged package, here, let me see if I can show this a little bit better. That's what it looks like. They come like that. They had to put plastic all around it, and of course they had this. My title of the video is the little "We Care." That's what that says at the top. It says "We Care." But PSA, their boxes, they held up. Even though that outside box did not, the inside boxes did hold up. But I thought I'd show you guys some of the highlights from that. I got an 8 and a 9, and then I did also have some 10s. But these in the cases are ones that I have on eBay. Did have a few that were like 6 and 7, but like I think they were just marked down because they were OC, which some of them got a qualifier, which I'll show you here in a minute, but like the condition looks good. It was just off center. So instead of these getting a 9 OC or 8 OC, maybe the condition just wasn't up to snuff for it to get the OC qualifier. Those just got pushed down a grade. You can see that's what some of them look like. You can see how it's off center. And I did have a few 10s for each one of them, which you're not going to find, at least these, on eBay. This one's probably going to go back in my collection too, because I've only got a few V-stars. This one used to grade a lot easier. Now this one grades the easiest, and maybe that's why the price on this one went up. But it's kind of ironic. This one used to be really tough. It was like this. Like this was the toughest, then this, but now it's like that. Like that's the easiest. Kind of hard, not really. And then I had like 2 out of 50-ish or so that had to come straight out of a sealed cello pack. They got the 10. The rest of them got 9s, or it was probably because they were OC, because a lot of those were. Now I did have some of these that were sent back. So let me show you. I had all of these Charizard VMAXs that were rejected, and it was because they had a corner that was too squared off, I believe. So like this one right here, let's see if we can zoom in. The corner is just, it's not actually a square corner, but it's not round enough. And I think it was that way with all of these that we're rejecting. See how some of these are almost, yeah, that one's like square, almost all the way down to the bottom, but that top left corner is for sure. So they all come out of the same stuff. They come out of the UPCs, but for now, PSA still doesn't grade the square cuts, I guess. It might be because of the way they fit in the holder. I mean, I wouldn't think that should be an issue, since they grade They got like Topps Pokemon with square corners, and of course sports and other games like that. But they're legitimate cards. However, I guess they can't verify it. So, although, how do you add extra card to a card if the rest of the card is real? So maybe one day they'll start grading those again. They did used to in the very beginning. You can find some if you look really, really hard. You can probably find some old sales, maybe even on the Wayback Machine of like square cut, like Mewtwo and some of the base set hollows. And then I had one more order that I sent in. Now some of you might be wondering, why would I ever send in Prismatic Evolution booster packs? Well, because they have Evolutions on the front, and the very first wave, the packs were in really, really nice shape. So I do have some complete sets. Now I only sent 5 of each pack. I pretty much wanted to test it. I knew that these packs were really nice and they should grade high, but sometimes I get really good submissions with sealed packs, and other times it's like, what happened? It's like the same packs from the same box. I might get a bunch of 10s in one submission, another submission I'll get all 8s and 9s. But with this submission I did really well. I think I got all 10s except for one pack, so it was like 19 out of 20, so I did really good. But I did have several packs to go from, and I did not pull these, or I didn't pull these out of like collection boxes where the packs were crimped or anything like that. I believe they all come from Elite Trainer boxes, so they didn't have any of like the settling from like where one pack sits on the other, and then you have those lines down the middle. But these are really nice. I did put, I think, one of each up in auction. If they do well, I'll probably auction off some of the others. But if they don't, I might just put them up in a buy now, because I have noticed the sealed packs that I have in PSA 10, if I just put them in a buy now, usually it takes a few months, but they will sell for a decent price. Like I think I just sold a Darkness Ablaze for like 130, 140 bucks, something like that. 151 sells for like 150 plus, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. But if you don't hit the 10 on these packs, then it costs a lot to grade them, so you can really lose out. But that's all I had those 2 PSA submissions, showing those packs that just come back. I really appreciate everyone's support and watching all these shorts. And with the most recent video with the Charizard collection, I noticed that is my first video hit 10,000 in quite a while, so thank you guys for that. I'll try to put out more content. I know I've been pretty slack, kind of once a week, once every 2 weeks, something like that. But at the moment, most of the content that is out there for Pokemon is being covered by other creators, so I'd like to show you guys stuff that's kind of different, or not already covered by somebody. But if you guys have specific things you'd like me to talk about, feel free to put those comments down there in the comment section, and I will look at them, and if there's something that I could discuss or bring up and we could talk about, then I'll do that. But hope you guys are having a great summer, and that's it.